Hello. Hi. Look at Facebook out here being super awesome and allowing us to bring people on. So tonight is gonna be so fun. Yay. Welcome once again to Ladies Night with me, MJ Pierre Molina Joan Pierre. Welcome to the live, ladies. I'm Merv. I'm gonna be bringing people on, so go get ready. Facebook did us a solid. We could bring people back on camera with us, so that's awesome, and we get to go live together. So I'm super excited about tonight. Hi, welcome. I don't know if I'm gonna be on live long. The title for tonight is The Strong Friend in Isolation. And we all either have a friend, strong friend in our crew, more than one strong friends. In fact, we may be the strong friend in our crew. And by strong friend, I mean, if you could answer, if any of these things relate to you, you're probably the strong friend. The one that everyone comes to with their issues. Like if there's a problem, you're probably on like speed dial. You're the one that people come to after they already make all the mistakes, and then they come to you, to pray with them. You're that friend that when you have an issue, it's almost like it's a non-issue, because people kind of like figure, your crew kind of like figure, nah, Melina don't, or you don't do this, you don't do that. You're that friend that nobody thinks have problems. It's almost like you appear to be totally perfect on the outside, even especially in your spiritual walk with God. They think that you just have it all together. You have a perfect relationship with God, and you don't sin or you don't make mistakes. You're that friend that I know all too well. I think that I am that person. Like when I share some things that I would have experienced or some things that I would have done, a lot of my friends have this look like, you serious? Or this happened or that happened. But over time and through sharing with a lot of my friends, they come to realize, okay, Melina is human just like me or whatever. And so it kind of break that, that thing, like we're not, like we're not human, or with angels on earth, or whatever the case may be, or however your friends might look at you. That kind of dwindles down, because they understand that, okay, you know what, this person really don't have it all together as it seems, as it might look that way, but it's not. So I started to think about it this week, and that's why I chose that title, because a lot of our family, a lot of our friends just really don't get it. Like, just because I'm not saying anything about my issues, just because I'm not outwardly expressing my frustrations on Facebook or on social media, wherever, does not mean that I'm not frustrated. It does not mean that I'm not struggling in my walk, in my faith. It doesn't mean that I have it all together. Just because I'm here for you and I can listen to you and give you advice, does not mean that I don't struggle with even taking that advice for myself. So does it mean that being the strong friend means that you're fake. No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you're fake because you don't express what you're really going through. It just means that you understand what it is to just listen to someone while they're going through stuff. And then you also, for me personally, I just know that it means, to me, I just know I could go to God with my issues. It doesn't mean I don't trust my friends. I just know that sometimes my friends are going through so much that, like, my burden, I don't feel the need to tell them, or I don't feel like it's that urgent for me to drop all my problems on them, when I could just, pray about it. So that could be that. But it's also a downfall too, because it's a downfall in a way where it's always good to have someone to pray for you. So when you don't tell people your issues, you don't have a prayer partner. You don't have someone who could pray for you or pray with you. It's always comforting to know that someone is praying for me, or someone is praying with me about a particular issue. And so that's why having friends to talk to is so important. Trustworthy friends, that is, your Christian sisters and brothers, your siblings even, or a mother. It could be your mom, who is that friend to you. So you don't have to hold on or carry certain burdens by yourself all of the time. Yes, you can talk to God, but it's always so comforting to know that someone is praying for you. That thought ran through my mind yesterday morning, story time. So yesterday morning, out of the blue, like 6 o'clock, well, it's almost 7 o'clock, we heard this loud, like, slamming on our door, just really loud slamming, bam, 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 bam. Me and Will now, like, pitch up, like, what? Who is that? Like, we in quarantine, we in self-isolation, we're not expecting people to be slamming on our door at, almost 7 o'clock in the morning. What the heck? Like, we was like, ugh. So Will now gone to the door, and it's our neighbors, and their truck, which is always like parked right next to our car, is like on fire. It's starting to burn. The bottom of it is already like on fire, and it's melting. And so there was like, hurry up, move your car before our truck explodes, And he moved our car, thank God. And so my kids' room is like right next to that window to the parking lot or whatever. And I was like, y'all come in our room. So we come in our room, but the fire got much higher, and so we kind of felt the heat even in my bedroom. So I was like, okay, time for us to go outside now, because the firefighters, they came, and the more water they added, the more the fire got higher. So they had to like change it and did the foam, and they were finally able to turn the fire out, and and that was that. But the thought that came to my mind was, I know I didn't pray enough last night, but I wonder who's praying for me. I wonder. And I was like, thank you, whoever. I literally was telling God, thank you for the persons that are praying for me and my family, because it could have been worse. We had no idea that a fire was, happening right outside of our kids' windows, and our car was right there. If this had happened, middle of the night, and the owners of the truck was not, awake and aware of it, disaster. It could have been like total disaster, and so I just was so grateful in that moment for friends and family that pray for me, that pray for my family without me knowing, without them having to tell me, thank you, Melina, I'm praying for you. And it's so important that we do the same for our friends and our family, especially during this time. We don't have to tell them, oh my God, I'm going to pray for you, unless they ask us, specifically to pray for them. But for me, in that moment, I knew that somebody is helping me pray. Somebody is praying for me somewhere. Somebody is doing something for me, because I would not have been here in this place right now. Like, I probably would have been somewhere else, or, tragedy. It could have been, tragic. And sometimes I don't like to think of what could have happened, but it was like just mind blowing for how quickly things escalated and what happened just a few hours ago, But God stepped in, and I'd like to believe that it's the prayers of friends and family, that allowed us to be covered in that moment, and nothing worse happened, and so even on our day-to-day ins and outs, it's not simple. You can't take it slight. We can't take it lightly when we go to bed at night and wake up in the morning and everything's okay. We can't take it light when we come out of our house, go to the grocery store, and make it back home. We cannot take it light. We can't take it light when we have food in our cupboards. We cannot take it light when we have clothes on our backs, clean clothes. We cannot take these things lightly, not in this day and this time, because it's not new, but it's more noticeable. We're more aware of the fact that people do not have these things. People are suffering. I'm not talking about people's starvation in Africa or wherever. I'm talking about neighbors, friends, people close by to us are suffering on a daily basis, and we have these things, and it's just there, it's just there, and it's almost like we feel like we should have it anyways. Like, how could we not have it? How could we not, But that's not the question, or that's not even something we should even ask. We should express our gratefulness to God for allowing us to have these things. I saw this message by Pastor Stephen Furtick about the baseline of praise. And right now, the baseline of praise, the reason for praise, right now, God does not need to be doing some extraordinary thing. Because in fact, the very breath that you have, if you are able to breathe on your own, if you're able to take a breath on your own, you ought to praise God. You ought to worship and praise God with that very breath, because there are thousands of people right now who have breath but cannot take it on their own. They are attached to breathing machines, ventilators. That's how serious it is in these times that we're living in. This is not story. This is not a story. This is real life. And even if we don't know these people on a personal level, but they're there, and we know that for a fact. And so us who have the privilege to be able to breathe on our own, we ought to use the same breath to praise God. I don't know how I get from being the strong friend to that, but I'm just letting the Lord lead me. Because even when I was thinking about the strong friend, couple stories was running through my mind, and nothing really stick. I'm not here to defend being the strong friend, and I'm not here to talk bad about the not, quote unquote, not so strong friends that always need us, or who isn't checking for you, or who isn't calling you, blah blah, and you feel so lonely. Because at a point, I used to feel that way, for real. I used to feel like, you know what, nobody's calling, nobody's checking. We're all on our own right now and everything. And then I caught myself, maybe that's what God needs. Okay? Maybe that's like training. God needs me to be able to count on him and call on him and seek him and encourage myself in this isolation. Well, it wasn't isolation then, but we were in our own type of isolation, you know. And now that it's a global isolation, is for everyone. This isn't a new feeling. It's not something that I have to start to explore, you know, and try to figure out why isn't people calling or why isn't people checking for me and all of that. People aren't calling, people aren't checking, not because they don't care. It's probably because they're having a hard time, or even a harder time than you. They're trying to figure this thing out just like you are. They have a lot on their minds. They are going through a lot. They have children, for the most part, they have to care for and think about. They have their bills that they have no idea how they're about to pay them, you know. I saw several two stories of how you know, people came together to help families in the Bahamas. That was so touching and moving. As I watched it, you know, I felt so happy. And when I saw those stories helping those young mothers, and you know, I can't expect people to be worried about me. You know, I can't expect people to be worried about me when they might be worried about themselves. And if you are in a position where you're not worried about certain things, then go ahead, call your friends up and say a prayer for them, or call them up to, you know, just to touch bases, see what they need. And if you can help, go ahead and do that. If you can help somebody, you know, I've been seeing people posting, check on someone today, check on someone. We really should call people. If you are in the position mentally and emotionally or even spiritually to do that, go ahead and call somebody. And I know even with that, calling people sometimes could weigh you down. After you hear what they're going through, it could crush you. So that's something you pray, you mentally prepare before you do it. Because I know I have certain people, I can't just pick up the phone and call them. Like, I have to already, you know, brace myself, because I know that they going through things. And so if I have a word for them, then I'm gonna go ahead and give them a call and try to, you know, get in and get out. That's how it is with certain people. You just have to do it because it's their heaviness. And there's some people who you want to encourage, and their head's so hard. They don't want to take no advice, but they want to complain all day. And so they some difficult people to deal with. But you can't leave them. You cannot leave them all alone, because I feel like it makes it harder for them as well if they feel that they're all alone. It can be tough. I feel we still have to be our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper. We still have to have each other's back, even if we are separated because of these times that we're in. We have to find a way to adapt and continue to be loving, continue to be compassionate. Of all the things that we are learning right now, of what's happening in the world right now, having compassion is something that is growing by leaps and bounds in our hearts. Being compassionate and caring for one another. And we're gonna have to push and find ways to show our kindness in tangible ways, and ways that can touch each other's lives, you guys. I'm excited about this week. We're heading into Mother's Day. I think Sunday is Mother's Day. Yeah, we're heading into that. I want to challenge my ladies night crew, all of you ladies, to, I know most of us on this live are moms, but think of another mom who might need something, you know. It don't have to be something for the kids or whatever. It could be just something for them. And let's try to gift something to somebody during this Mother's Day. Because listen, moms have had it tough. Moms have had it really, 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 really hard these past few weeks, months even, being trapped in the house with children and, you know, having to do the schooling, the cooking, the cleaning, and what have you. Just, it's been hard. It's been a lot on moms. And even if you could write something, type up a poem and send it to them, something to uplift a mother's spirit, just to make them feel valued, you know, something that you would tell yourself, send it to another mother. The first 3 moms that come to your mind, send it to them this week as we head into that, you know, that Mother's Day time or whatever. Like, really and truly, because it's been rough. Like, I know for me, it's been tough. And plus, some moms still working. Many of them are essential workers, and the fear that they have to deal with of going to work and having to bring that back, whatever they dealing with, have to come home with that, and still have to do the schooling, do the cooking and the cleaning, and making sure the kids are mentally, you know, there. Let's cover moms in prayer. Let's cover moms. And I'm definitely gonna have a special this Sunday. I'm gonna do something really special. Next Sunday coming, I'm gonna do something really special for the moms. I have a special guest. If he would agree to come on, I'm gonna have him come on, a very special guest. But in the meantime, I just want to encourage you guys, you know, to stay strong for yourself and for the people around you. Stay strong, but also understand that you can't do it alone as well. So talk to somebody trustworthy. Talk to someone that you feel might understand, and spend your time praying as well. Pray to God. Pray to God. But find that person, because you're only as strong as, you know, who you're connected to in a way. And you can't be strong by yourself sometimes. You could be, but in certain situations you really need that shoulder to lean on. It could be your husband. It could be a sibling. You know, hold on. Find someone to hold on to. Tonight's live probably won't be too long. I don't know if anybody want to join in with me. If you have anything to say about being the strong friend in isolation and your experience, you know, how's it been for you talking to different people, and just, you know, how have you been handling? Nobody? I'm trying to see if anyone say anything. Okay. Nobody's saying nothing? Okay. Alright. But before we close tonight, I'm going to read one of my favorite Psalms. It says, Psalm 34. That's one of my favorites. I'm reading from the Life Application Study Bible, New Living Translation. Okay. I will praise the Lord at all times. I will consistently speak his praises. I will boast only in the Lord. Let all who are helpless take heart. Come, let us tell of the Lord's greatness. Let us exalt his name together. I prayed to the Lord, and he answered me. He freed me from all my fears. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces. In my desperation, I prayed and the Lord listened. He saved me from all my troubles. For the angel of the Lord is a guard. He surrounds and defends all who fear him. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, the joys of those who take refuge in him. Fear the Lord, you his godly people. For those who fear him will have all they need. Even strong young lions sometimes go hungry, but those who trust in the Lord will lack no good thing. Come, my children, and listen to me, and I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Does anyone want to live a life that is long and prosperous? Then keep your tongue from speaking evil and your lips from telling lies. Turn away from evil and do good. Search for peace and work to maintain it. The eyes of the Lord watch over those who do right. His ears are open to their cries for help. But the Lord turns his face against those who do evil. He will erase their memory from the earth. The Lord hears his people when they call to him for help. He rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time. For the Lord protects the bones of the righteous. Not one of them is broken. Calamity will surely destroy the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be punished. But the Lord will redeem those who serve him. No one who takes refuge in him will be condemned. Here ends the reading of the word. So God bless you guys. I pray that you would taste and see that the Lord is good. Okay, he is a good God. He's a merciful God. He's a loving God. And whatever areas in your life, because we're not perfect, we all have issues. We all struggle in some way in our walk with God because we are human beings. And it's not easy. It's not an easy road. And when you add children and spouses and careers and all of these things, when you add these things to it, the journey gets even more complex. But I want you to take comfort in knowing that the hands that you're in God's hands, and He knows the future. He has it all written out. If we would stay in place, if we would just stay focused on Him, He will take care of everything, and that's always comforting to me, that I don't have to have it all figured out. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to have all the answers for everything. I'm just learning to go day by day, and I'm trusting in Him day by day. I'm grateful for each moment that I have, for each breath that He gives me, each moment that I have to praise Him, each moment that I have to receive His love in the forms of my husband, my children, my family. Like, they are some of the ways I see God's love in my life, and I embrace those moments and I cherish them, and I just keep trying, try to keep a positive attitude, a positive mindset. It's not easy when you're looking at the reality of things, of the world around us. Sometimes it's so easy to fall into negative thinking. It's so easy to just start to plan doom, just think of doomsday and all these things. But just know that, you know what? Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. There was That was something that I wrote. I got a revelation even through walking through the valley of the shadow of death. It was something that I wrote, and I'll just, paraphrase. I always stuck on walking. When you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, the thing about that valley is it's scary and it's dark. That's why you must walk through it. And so if you're wondering why we're going through some certain things seems long and never ending, it's because you have to walk through it. It have to be slow and steady. Even though it's dark and scary and you just want to run through it and you just want to get over it, trust that God will see you through it. He is the light. He's your guiding light, and He's going to get you out of it. Just keep walking step by step. You're going to get to the end of it. Whoever is going through a dark time, you're going to get through it slow and steady. Because when you do that, you don't fall deeper. There may be rocks, there may be blocks, stumbling blocks along the way. If you're running, you might trip and fall. If you're crawling, you're going to scrape yourself. You're going to hurt yourself even more. But if you're walking with God through it, you're going to get out. You won't buck your toe. You won't slam into walls. You won't get lost or confused along the way. Just keep your eyes on God as you walk through the valley, and you'll get through it. So God bless you tonight, and God keep you. And I hope to see you all next Sunday. Y'all confirm. Is Sunday Mother's Day? Confirm with me. I have no idea. Next Sunday, if it is Mother's Day, we'll have a special guest on for the moms. And like I say, send something positive, a gift, some positive words to a mom today, because moms had it real tough these past few months, especially with COVID-19. And let's share some smiles and put some smiles on their faces for the next throughout this week. Okay, so God bless you all. Thank you, and be sure to share the live, like when I share stuff, so more people could be on the live, so it could be fun. All right, God bless you. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. And if you have any ideas of anything, please join my page, like my page, MJ Pierre, and send me like questions. I'm gonna set up something so you could send me questions, so you could send me little topics that you would love for us to discuss on Ladies Night, because I would hope that even beyond quarantine, beyond this time, that we would still have Ladies Night. And it is my goal, my dream, that is for us to meet face to face one day. Is my goal, and hopefully have more women. I see somebody on this live. Ashley. Hi, Ash Pash. Is that you? Hi, Rowan. How are you? Wow. Look at these lovely ladies. I'm happy to see you girls on. I'm so very happy to see y'all on. God bless you. So please stay connected. I go on my Instagram as well and everything. I'm really happy. It makes me feel like doing even more, but I have a lot already happening. We have the book club, Potent Book Club. We already had our second meeting, and now it's officially, like I said, we met last week Wednesday, so we're gonna keep it on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Join Potent Book Club. We are reading Understanding Your Potential, Discovering the Hidden You by Dr. Miles Monroe. That book is free to download. There's an app. There is you could just download it from Google. You don't even have to buy it. And we're reading that powerful book together. It's so encouraging and life-changing. We're starting off with that, and maybe in the future we'll add more. And so join us on Wednesdays on Zoom. The Zoom ID is on my page, MJ Pierre. So go ahead and like and follow that page, and you'll see all the information for the Zoom meetings that we have going on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Join in and let's get reading and discussing and growing. I really want the Zoom, the book club to grow, so that we could, like, when we meet on Zoom, we could break out in the breakout rooms, so you ladies could discuss even more, because the book has so much that it's saying. You guys can really share and help each other, edify each other in the process. Okay, so God bless you all tonight and keep you is my prayer. Hi, Cuzzy. God bless you all. Okay, this live is gonna stay up, so yeah, you'll see more. You can watch it if you just logged in. I gotta go. God bless you all. Bye bye.